Love in the Storm. Maya and Ethan had been best friends their whole lives. They'd grown up in the same small town, sharing countless memories of mischief and laughter. Their bond was natural and easy, but they had never thought of each other as more than friends. One warm summer afternoon, Maya invited Ethan to her grandparents' estate. At the far end of the sprawling backyard stood an old garden house they hadn't visited in years. "Remember this place?" Maya asked as they approached it. "Of course," Ethan said, smiling. "We used to think it was a castle." The little structure was worn and dusty, but it still held a nostalgic charm. Inside, they sat on a rickety bench and talked about their childhood adventures. Hours passed without notice until a low rumble of thunder interrupted them. Dark clouds gathered and the wind picked up. Ethan glanced out the window. "Looks like a storm is coming. We should go." Before they could leave, the sky opened up and rain began to pour. The storm hit fast and hard, forcing them to stay inside the garden house. "Great," Maya muttered, sitting back down. "Hey, it's not so bad. At least we're dry," Ethan said, trying to lighten the mood. The rain grew heavier and thunder roared, shaking the little house. Maya hugged herself, shivering as the temperature dropped. "You okay?" Ethan asked, noticing her discomfort. "I'm fine," she said, though her voice wavered. Ethan took off his jacket and draped it over her shoulders. "Here, this should help." "Thanks," Maya murmured, pulling it close. It smelled like him, clean and comforting. As the storm raged on, they sat quietly, the sound of rain filling the space. Maya found herself inching closer to Ethan, and he didn't move away. "Do you remember the last time we were here?" Ethan asked. Maya smiled. "Yeah, we were 10. You ran away from a spider and left me to deal with it." "Hey, it was huge," Ethan said, laughing. Their laughter faded as another loud crack of thunder shook the garden house. Maya jumped, her hand instinctively grabbing Ethan's. "Sorry," she said, trying to pull away. But Ethan held on. "It's okay," he said softly, giving her hand a reassuring squeeze. Maya looked at him, her heart racing for reasons she didn't fully understand. Ethan's gaze was warm, his expression tender, in a way she hadn't noticed before. "Ethan," she began, but the words caught in her throat. He leaned closer, his voice barely audible over the rain. "Maya, there's something I need to tell you." "What is it?" she asked, her cheeks flushing. "I think I'm in love with you," he said, his voice steady, but full of emotion. Maya's breath hitched. For a moment she was stunned, but then she realized her heart had already answered for her. "I think I love you too," she said, her voice soft but certain. Ethan's eyes lit up, and a smile spread across his face. Without thinking, he reached out and brushed a strand of her hair behind her ear. "Really? Really?" Maya said, smiling shyly. The storm outside seemed to pause as Ethan leaned in. Maya's heart raced as their faces drew closer, and then finally, their lips met in a gentle kiss. The kiss was warm and sweet, filling the small space with something new and electric. When they pulled apart, Maya smiled, her cheeks glowing. "That was unexpected," she said. "In a good way, I hope," Ethan replied, grinning. "Definitely in a good way," Maya said, laughing softly. The storm raged on, but neither of them minded. They spent the rest of the evening talking, sharing their feelings, and laughing like they always had. Only now, something was different. Their friendship had transformed into something deeper and more profound. By the time the storm passed, the first light of dawn peeked through the clouds. The rain had stopped, leaving the world fresh and quiet. As they stepped out of Ethan took Maya's hand in his. "So, does this mean we're more than just friends now?" Maya smiled, her fingers intertwining with his. "I think it does." Hand in hand, they walked back to the house, ready to start a new chapter together.